This series for the LA Valiant was their most one-sided so far. Unfortunately, that is not meant in a good way. The Valiant could not find their footing, which led to many swift defeats throughout the match, and they lost the series. On Nepal, the first round was on Sanctuary, and the Vancouver Titans were able to come out on top and take the point after a very back and forth fight. The LA Valiant came back with ultimates, but it was not enough. The Titans' own ultimates were too much, and they could not flip the point. On the Valiant's third attempt, they were once again shut down. The LA Valiant were unable to touch the point before it hit 100%, and they lost the round. The second round took place on Sanctum. It also started poorly for the Valiant after a messy fight, and the Titans quickly took the point. The LA Valiant tried to come back, but were swiftly wiped out with the help of a skilled Graviton Surge. Even after a nice two-man environmental boop kill from support Kuki to start things off, the Valiant did not end up winning the fight. The round moved into overtime, but the final fight also ended with the Vancouver Titans as the victors. Vancouver won the map 2-0. On Kings Row, the LA Valiant started on attack. The Valiant tried to gradually move on to the point, but the Titans collapsed on them and pushed them back. However, on their second try, they threw out a series of ultimates and were able to take the advantage on the point. Despite this, Vancouver came back to contest and were successful in once again staving off the Valiant. After a very scrappy fight with less than 1 minute on the clock, the Valiant finally capped the point. The Titans were quick to come back shortly after the payload got moving, and took out the Valiant team. Shortly after, LA were able to come back with their own ultimates and put the payload back in motion. In overtime, the Valiant and Titans took part in yet another scrappy fight, but the Valiant came on top and finished out Point B. Vancouver came in full force just before the LA Valiant's time bank ran out and won the fight, leaving the Valiant unable to make it back in time. LA ended the round with 2 points. On defense, the Valiant put up their own fight, and a nice Earth Shatter from Fate gave them the opportunity to wipe the Titans on the first attempt. However, Vancouver came back with a round of ultimates, one of which being a 4-man Diva Bomb from Janu. This enabled Vancouver to take Point A with ease. The momentum was maintained by the Titans, and the payload continued to move along and eventually finish out Point B. On Point C, though, Valiant off-tank Space threw out his own self-destruct, catching 4 victims. The Titans swiftly returned and won the necessary fights following that. They were able to finish out the map and win it 3-2. On Horizon Lunar Colony, LA began on attack. The first attempt at taking the point proved to be unsuccessful after a very shaky start to the fight, and they could not win it. Despite many ultimates coming out for the Valiant on their second try, they were unable to even grab a tick on Point A. The LA Valiant tried to get back on the point just before their time ran out, but were stopped short by a Graviton Surge. Only one player could touch and send the round into overtime, but he was swiftly snuffed out. The Valiant could not make it back in time and did not end up making any progress in that round. In round 2, the Titans quickly dismantled the Valiant's defense in a convincing fight. They capped on their first try and won the map 1-0. On Rialto, the Valiant were on defense. They started strong, forcing the Titans back into their spawn briefly. Partway through Point A, Vancouver tank Janu was able to catch another group of 4 with his Diva Bomb. This allowed the Titans to finish out. They continued their push rather uncontested. However, again, partway through Point B, they were stopped by the Valiant. LA were able to keep up their defense for a decent amount of time, but the Titans' Janu had yet another big bomb for them. He caught out 2 members this time, and Vancouver was able to finish Point B. The Valiant once again maintained a strong defense on Point C, and the round moved into overtime. The Titans were unable to overtake the Valiant, and ended the round with 2 points captured. The LA Valiant's attack started strong, and they won the first fight, getting the payload in motion. However, Vancouver returned with strength of their own, and sent a number of Valiant members back to spawn. Shortly following that, the LA Valiant won their next fight and finished Point A. They continued to win fights on Point B and kept the payload going. The Titans were unable to win a fight, and the Valiant finished the point. Nearing the goal, a team fight ensued. Despite the fighting, though, the payload moved to the end as no one from the Vancouver Titans were contesting it. The Valiant won the map 3-2. In conclusion, the LA Valiant looked very weak in this series. Although it's important to note that the Vancouver Titans are yet another very strong team that they had to face. On top of that, despite losing the overall series, the Valiant did pull out a map win at the end. The big takeaway from this is that the Valiant are not as good as they were in Season 1, but they're not at rock bottom either. They've still got another match this week against opponents who are seen as generally not as strong as the Titans. That will be another chance for them to take their first win of the season. After these recent performances, though, it's hard to tell how great of a chance it will be. If you love great Overwatch League content, make sure to give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell icon. Now, from our house to yours, thanks for watching.